Hello, we are going to review Principles of Human Services Summer School packets. And hopefully you can see it presenting right now. You have a cover page. The first thing you're going to do is recipe reading your choice. You actually get to pick whatever you would like to cook or see a recipe over. You are going to find the yield of the recipe, the cooking temperature, the cooking time, and the pan size. This is actually quite easy because it's already given for you. You're going to list the ingredients in order that are used for the recipe, and then list abbreviations, maybe like C is for cup. What equipment is needed to make whatever you have chosen, and list 2 term words that you do not recognize and define. For instance, some people don't understand maybe what a yield is, so you would look at what yield is and then you would define what it actually means. What other information does the recipe include, and how can you make this recipe healthier? That one's easy. The second one is if I were to open up my own franchise. So please legibly write 4 paragraphs that respond to the following below. Use the back side of the sheet to respond. If you had the opportunity to open your own franchise, what would it be? What restaurant or store would you want to open and why? Please explain in full detail. So like a franchise you could think of right now would maybe be, I just had it and I just completely lost it. Well, let me just think of a different one. It used to be Maggie Moo's. Now I think it's Freezing Point. But like if you wanted to open up your own restaurant, what would you want to open up, and then explain why? How would you try to make your franchise better or more profitable than all the others? So how would you get people to go to you? How would you make more money? What would you do differently? And like Dairy Queen's actually franchised here in Temple, and both of them are run by 2 different people. So they have 2 different owners. So you may have one restaurant will offer half price on a Blizzard when the other one doesn't. So that's something that you could think of. If you had the opportunity to offer suggestions to the CEO, owner, franchisor of your business, what kind of suggestions would you make or recommend? Explain in full detail. Example, if you own a McDonald's or a Burger King or Wendy's, you might suggest offering sweet potato fries as an option to customers instead of just regular potato fries. It is somewhat healthier and customers may prefer it over regular fries. So that was just kind of like a hint. And then your 4th paragraph, where would you open your franchise? And try to be specific, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it in class, but location is a big, big deal. So like right now, one of our biggest places would maybe be 31st Street. They do have quite a bit of traffic there. But we also have a lot that's been going towards North Temple. And getting started, entrepreneurship and small business. In your own words, define an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who actually goes out and decides that they want to start their own business. Like maybe Miss McCormick wanted to have a new burger joint and call it McCormick's Burgers. I would be an entrepreneur and I would be the one that would own the business. What are some different ways you can become an entrepreneur? What are some famous entrepreneurs? Those you can actually look up, or you don't even have to look them up. You can think of some people that are famous entrepreneurs like Walt Disney. He got turned down so many times before he was able to actually open up Disney World. But he started from scratch. It was something that wasn't here. It was something that he wanted to do. So then, therefore, he is an entrepreneur because it was something that he had made up. Would you rather start your own business company or help to run another business or company? And there's a lot of legal things and there's a lot of things to consider when you open your own business. So are you going to be that person that takes that chance? Or are you going to be the person who maybe wants to work for somebody so in case somebody gets sued, that's something you don't have to worry about? What level of education is necessary and what academic skills are critical for people who wish to become entrepreneurs? Create a list of characteristics, traits of an entrepreneur. So characteristics might be integrity. You know, they're always going to do good to the customer, be good to the customer. Second is learning to do laundry. This is a life skill. Many of you probably already know how to do this, but I want you to go through it because sometimes you can put the wrong things in the laundry and ruin some clothes, especially some expensive ones. Maybe you have a white t-shirt and you decide to put a red towel in there. Chances are your white t-shirt's no longer going to be white. It's probably going to be pink. Answer the questions, each question with a complete sentence on a separate piece of paper. They're pretty self-explanatory. There are quite a bit, but I want to make sure that you understand how to properly wash, again, so you don't damage anything that you paid a lot of money for. There are a lot of detergents out there, so you might want to look to see. Some of them are just front loading. Some of them you can use in any washer. That you have to be careful with as well. Okay, going down. Drying your clothes, making sure that you properly dry them. The lint trap collects lint from the clothes and fills up quickly, so you have to make sure that you take that out, especially if you're doing towels. It gets really full really fast with towels. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go down just a little bit more to your next thing. Like I said, this has quite a bit, but it'll help you understand how to properly wash your clothes. Calculating a tip, and this is important because you need to be able to know what tipping etiquette is and how much you should tip someone. A lot of times it is not included in your receipt, so you want to make sure that you understand how much to give them. Good service is normally 20% of your whole total. Okay service is 15%, and poor service is 10%. And you might ask, well, what's the difference between poor service and good service? If you did not have to wait for your waitress to come around to give you your drink and she filled it every time, then that is good customer service. But things to consider also, you have to make sure that she's not the only person there and she has like 5 or 10 tables. Then that would be something that's not her fault. And tipping etiquette, again, if you wanted to round it, the following to the nearest whole dollar amount. This is also going to help out with math. I know a lot of you are wondering, why do I need to do math? Well, in the real world, there are some things that you're going to have to learn how to use some math for. Next one is how to write a thank you letter. And this is important. You can write it to anybody, and I will send it out to whoever you write it to. But there will be times in your life where you will have to write a thank you letter. More specifically, there's going to be a time where you're going to have to mail something. And this is what an envelope looks like. You'll have to buy a stamp at the post office. This is the person that it's returning to. So like if I were sending you a letter, my name would go here and your name would go right here. And you have to make sure that you properly address it or the mail service will not know who to send it to. And that is it. If you need any help, I'm actually going to be working summer school, so I can help you one-on-one. Thank you.